new live stream software thing from B.Live. Let's see. Let's see if it's working. Hopefully I don't mess this up. And I'll just give it a minute to make sure that it's working before I get into this. Let's see. Okay. Thank you, Gina and Dee. Now we know that it's working. Okay, so I'm Katie Arlt, and if you don't already know me, I am the broker owner of a small boutique independent real estate brokerage firm, Katie Arlt & Associates Real Estate, also known as KARE. I don't know if I can see your comments on here. I think I can, but if somebody comments, we'll find out. So hopefully I can interact with you that way. I wrote down a whole bunch of stuff that I want to tell you on these little 3x5 cards so that I don't forget, because I know that we're all in a crazy time of chaos right now with what's going on with COVID-19 coronavirus related events in our lives. And I just wanted to take a minute to help everyone, because I've basically built my entire business model around basically mothers that work from home with kids that sometimes don't have a babysitter, and how you can implement these things in your business so that you can have an easier lifestyle. So what I was thinking is that I'll live stream every day, if I can, every day around 6 o'clock or so, and just interview different people from our community, different local businesses, and just regular people, and how they're being affected by this craziness and what they're doing to adapt and adjust in this crazy time, and then also what we need to know. So I have a local CPA, David Miller with Aspire CPA Group, who's my CPA. I have a real estate attorney with Parkway Law Group. I have a mortgage lender who's going to be coming on tomorrow at 6 o'clock, Marcos Zambrano with CMG Financial. I even have a personal trainer that's going to be on Monday showing us how we can work out at home. So I have a scientist, I have a million different people, but a million different companies and people who are going to be helping us out. So I'm using this new B.Live thing, so hopefully it's working out. So please excuse me while I just put my phone on Do Not Disturb and see if that, okay, yeah. Anyway, so basically my goal is to find solutions that will help, give a channel for solutions that will help everyone through this crazy time, instead of all the negativity that's going on right now. I know it's hard to even look at social media or the news, or even talk to your friends who you're used to talking to every day, because some of them are just overwhelmed with fear right now, and it's coming across in a domino effect or chain reaction, to where you hear something from one person, say it to the next person, and we're all just starting to get afraid of our shadows over here. So I just want you guys all to know that remember that something good will come from this, and have faith and stay positive and spread it as much as you can. So my goal is that we'll all come together and share these solutions and help each other and keep our businesses and our lives running. Now's the time to really be a leader and step up and speak out and lose the fear of looking silly, like obviously I'm doing on Facebook Live, because it's not a comfortable thing, but there are so many different things that we need to know. Okay, so today I'm gonna, of course, tell you about how we're reacting to this in the real estate market and as a real estate brokerage. But also, I want to just share with you some tips for working remotely and also working remotely with kids at home for a digital work day. This has been really interesting, but I've figured out a few things that I think are really going to help. And a lot of them are free tools that you can use too. So that is really, really wonderful. And I think I told you, oh, I even have a scientist who's going to talk to us next week. So that's great. And the main questions I'm just going to be asking them is, how has coronavirus affected your business? What are you doing to adapt? And what do we need to know? So let's see. Okay, so as far as a real estate update, I know that everybody's freaking out. Some of the agents are saying that buyers are terminating contracts and sellers don't want to show their houses. But I just want everyone to remember, for an equal amount of people who are paralyzed in fear right now, there's also an equal amount of people who are highly motivated because they have to do something right now based on their job situation or based on people who've already sold their house before coronavirus even came along, and they now are trying to find somewhere to stay, you know, for their home to be quarantined. So don't think that it's not there's nobody out there buying and selling. We listed, I think, 4 properties last week, and 3 of them went under contract, and 2 or 3 of them had multiple offers. I think 3 of them had multiple offers over list price. So there's nothing that should make us think that it's a bad time to buy or sell, besides the fact that we're all trying to protect ourselves from germs right now. So we've come up with, you know, like every other company out there in the world right now, I'm sure you're getting the emails while you're trying to work, just like me, from every company in the world about what they're doing to adapt and adjust to this craziness. And we've come up with some really good strategies. One of our buyer's agents is using it every day, and we're all starting to use it as well. But we are doing video conference showings, so we're able to have our clients video chat their house live on a conference call with both agents and the buyer and seller, or the prospect and the seller. And it's kind of cool because then you can ask questions too. We've had people reach out to us who want to sell their homes, and we're doing a video chat conference with them. We have software set up for it, so that's been great. Let's see, you know, people are so excited right now saying, did you hear the Fed cut the interest rates and you can get a 0% mortgage right now? I just want you guys to know that is absolutely not true. You cannot get a 0% mortgage right now. The Fed cut rates, and that doesn't have anything to do with mortgages, except for that it is kind of directly affects mortgages, but it's not the mortgage rate. So if you need any more information on that, I'm sure Marcos will explain tomorrow exactly what that means for you. Right now, the rates are still super low. I even saw an email in my inbox a couple of days ago in the middle of this craziness that said something about like 2.66% rates. And I know it changes every day, but still, isn't that just insane? My first mortgage, I bought a house when I was 18 years old, and my rate was about 9%. I think I refinanced. I had 2 different rates in the high 8s, and then no, yeah, one was in the high 8s and one was in the low 9s. But I'm just saying, even if it was 3%, it's incredible. Mid 3s, incredible. 4s, great. I have people who bought 2 years ago in the high 4s, refinance or buy a new house now. You know, money is cheaper than ever to borrow. And you know, the stock market crashes overnight and you can lose tremendously. Home values do not decrease overnight. You're going to see a gradual increase or decrease depending on what's going on. Hi, Gina. I don't know if I'm in real time with the comments or not, but hi, thanks for posting that because I just saw it pop up on my little screen over there. Cool. So yeah, you know, like I was saying, in the housing market, the values are going to go down or they're going to go up steadily, and we're going to be able to track it. So if you bought a property and we're noticing that the values are going down, we're going to let you know that it's time to sell. It's still a good time to buy and still a good time to sell. The inventory is so low right now, which means it's a seller's market and to an extent because there's more listings and buyers out there. But we're having a dramatic change with buyers. Maybe some people are having job situations and things are changing that way to where the buyers are not buying as much either. So the good thing about all of this is that the people that you're dealing with right now, whether it's a listing that you're seeing as a buyer or a buyer who's seeing your home for sale, everyone is motivated who's out of the house right now, right? Okay, so whether it's a video showing or an in-person showing, you know that there are motivated buyers and they're not just tire kickers. So that's really, really great. So anyway, my point is keep in mind that with everyone saying that this is a crazy time and don't do anything right now, you know, there's still people who need to buy and sell, and it's not a bad time to buy or sell. So keep that in mind with the real estate update. Also, our association and the board, the Georgia Association of Realtors, the Board of Realtors, have come together with all the attorneys and wrote a stipulation that we can use in our contracts to protect buyers and sellers in case they've experienced a COVID-related event. And they actually have an acronym for it, a CRE. So now can we just say CRE so I don't have to say COVID-19, whatever, coronavirus? Yeah, so there's a stipulation. So it's really great that we have something that we can put in the contract to protect us. And also, a lot of these closing attorneys are talking about different things that they're doing, whether you can come to closing and close in separate rooms from the buyer or seller, or have a new PIN, a brand new PIN, or, you know, a mail away closing is a thing that people do. Like I have several out-of-state clients. I have to say, you know, I've sold many homes that I've never even walked inside of the door. Maybe it was a location far away or was in such a rush that I needed to get it on the market before I could come out there. So you do not always, I've sold homes to people that live out of state that didn't see the house until the day of closing, after closing. Honestly, I had sold a $699,000 house in 2016 at the end of the year on Christmas, the day before Christmas Eve. So I'm not kidding. This stuff exists. We still have investors with cash that buy houses, don't ever see it, live out of state. So that's something to remember. We see a lot of that. Yeah, and I'm seeing emails from all of my inspectors, roofing companies, and we'll have all of them on to interview them and hear exactly what they're doing. But everybody's using all kinds of sanitizing methods and things like that. So that's enough about the real estate market. I know most people are probably watching this to hear about how to adjust any business into more of a home-based business and the technology and tools that we're using to make a difference in our lives right now and make things easier and keep it moving. So the first most important thing that I can say about working from home is your mindset, and you need to really pay attention to self-care and your mindset right now. So you know the thing that you hear all the time with if you're in an airplane and they say put your oxygen mask on, and they always say to put yours on first rather than putting it on someone else and taking care of other people, because you can't take care of other people unless you've taken care of yourself first, right? So the most important thing I can say is take care of yourself, including your mindset. Be self-aware enough to know when it might be time to turn the news off and take a break. Listen to your body and yourself when you're talking to your different friends, and if you have that one friend that keeps saying scary negative stuff, maybe just put their calls on do not disturb for a little while, on mute, whatever, take a break. Also, so you're working from home and you're not getting out of the house at all, so it's very important to take breaks, drink water, and step outside on your back porch while we're still allowed to, and get some fresh air for a little while and things like that. Also laughing. So as much as you can get on TikTok or make GIFs or do any kind of crazy stuff to just sit around and laugh, we're doing a lot of video chats with our team and our friends and FaceTiming just to keep that human connection going so we don't start feeling crazy while we're self-quarantining or whatever we're doing. I know a lot of people have family members or situations to where even though we're allowed to leave the house right now, you're not leaving the house because even if you might be healthy, you might pick up some germs that could kill someone that you love, and it's just not worth the risk. So a lot of people are stuck at home even though we're still having to leave. So keep that in mind when you're being stuck at home, that you need to actually schedule and make some time for making yourself laugh. And one thing that before all of this got crazy, I told my kids, okay, if we're going to be out of school for a couple of days, there's something that we're going to need to think about. And that is that we're going to need to try to get on a schedule of waking up at the same time every day and getting dressed, making up your bed, and putting on your makeup and getting dressed, which is one of the reasons I wanted to start doing the live stream, because not only is this stuff going to help you guys, but it's going to make me have to get dressed and put on my makeup every day. If you're a cancer patient, or if you have just had a baby or something that makes you be stuck at home or in the bed, that's one of the things that the doctors tell you, is to try to get dressed and put on your makeup, or, you know, for the guys out there, just get dressed and don't put on your makeup. But yeah, to take care of yourself and just put yourself in that starting your day routine mindset, and then go to the next thing and do what you have to do on time blocks. So whenever we work from home and we have to do something hard, like let's say we're prospecting and we're making a ton of phone calls, we'll do a group video chat with all of us together doing these things to get them done. So if you're running your business remotely right now and you have a team of people, one thing to consider might be either like a Zoom meeting or something where you can video conference people, but also just Google Hangouts, which is, if you have a Gmail or Google account, you can just use that and you log on and you can have all of your little squares popping up with your friends or your team or whatever. So that's something that's really helped us a lot. Video chat your friends. So remember to take some time each day to find something to be grateful for and something to be positive for. If you're stuck at home, now is a really great time to go through and declutter, work on your projects, get rid of stuff, spring cleaning. It's spring after all, right? That's something to keep in mind. Always tell yourself, you know, I get these 3x5 cards and I write things on them that I need to know, and I'll carry them in my purse or in my pocket, or just stick it in my bathroom where I get ready in the morning. And the most important thing that I have been keeping in mind during adversity or hard times or crisis is something good will come from this. So now's the time that we really need to find the opportunity, because there's opportunity all around us, and there's going to be solutions that can make your life and your business run more smoothly just from this crisis that we're all going through. Use the time to get ahead. If you have any continuing education, like for real estate agents, or any online classes that you've always wanted to take, let's say maybe, I believe you could take your if you wanted to become a pilot, you can take your ground course online, I believe. I think you have to take the test in person, but you know, maybe you wanted to become a real estate agent. Now is the best time. Go online. I bet they have a lot of specials to take these classes online. Clean your house, plan ahead for if you are planning to sell your house later, of what little projects that you wanted to do. Okay, so now the resources that I was going to tell everybody about that's really great deals or free right now. I know that GoToMeeting is offering 90 days for free to try it out during all of this. There's something called Scannable, Adobe Scan, or Cam Scanner, and those are apps that you can use from your phone to take pictures of documents and turn them into a PDF. So if you can't get to your office to a scanner, or one of your clients has documents that you can't meet to pick those documents up, you can simply have them download the app. Scannable, actually, I think it connects to Evernote and iPhone. So I know that Cam Scanner is one that works good for Android, and I love Adobe Scan because it syncs up with your Adobe Cloud, and I email everything that way when I'm on the go if I need to send something to my CPA or whatever. Another one that actually my lender told me about is a Google Chrome extension called Loom, and you just download it, attach it to your Google Chrome, and you can screen record anything that you're doing, but you also could have a little picture, a little video of yourself pop up on there to explain it. So if you need to explain things to your clients or to anyone and you can't get together because you're quarantined, You can do a real quick Loom video for free, and then you can just send them a link. You don't even have to upload it to YouTube or anything like that. You can just quickly send a link. It's very fast and easy, and it's free. I think they have paid versions too, but I've only needed the free version, and I use it very frequently. There's another thing that's called Slack that I learned about earlier this year, which is basically like a chat room kind of setup thing that you can use for your business or for your family or anything. You can have different channels where this is just for marketing. This is going to be our channel just for making jokes. For example, if you know, to keep your company culture alive while you can't be around each other. So that's something that's really fun. Of course, you could do your messages in Google Hangouts or something like that. And a lot of people use Facebook Messenger. They actually have a paid version. I think it's called Facebook Workplace. That's something to consider. There's some app, there's an app, Google Chrome extension, whatever software, called Trello for project management. I believe you have to pay for that one, but you might be able to get a free trial right now. That's something that if you're used to going in the office and being around each other, that would be a great tool. There's a website, I think it's sisu.co, and I'll try to leave all these links below in the comments, but and that's something for tracking. So if you have a team where you're all staying accountable and you need to track how many phone calls you've made in real estate, that could be a good resource. How many phone calls, contacts, whatever. Okay, so I built my whole entire business cloud-based. We never go to an office. We're always working from home, and we just meet clients at the houses. So we have all of our documents organized in Google Drive, and you can share it from there. There's Google Drive and Google Hangouts, all the Google products link up together, so that's been a great one. And there's something silly that everybody probably knows, but some people still don't realize this, but you can actually do print to PDF on Microsoft. I think you can do it on anything now. I don't know if everybody knows about this, but I had a client the other day that didn't. So don't waste paper anymore. You don't need to deliver your paperwork, so you can do print to PDF, and then you just have the PDF file right there. There's lots of things out there for e-signing. Everybody knows about that stuff by now. Oh, and so without being able to be in front of each other, one thing that I'm seeing a lot more of is video email. There's a company called BombBomb that helps you send video emails. There's one called dub.com, and there's something else that I think was on that card that I threw on the floor, but I can't remember, so I'll have to share a link for it later. Yeah, so let's see. I know with real estate, some other things are, we have different services for 3D tours. There's iStaging, which is a company, I believe, that will take your pictures and edit them to look better. So if we end up in a time where we can't have photographers come out, we can always have iStaging or a company like that edit the photos for us. We're doing virtual open houses now. That's an interesting thing. We're still trying to work out the details. I've had clients who've requested that we leave the door open and turn on all the lights. People coming in are not going to hand sign it to sign in anymore. They'll send a text message. We'll send them a flyer by email or text. There's just so many things that we could do right now. So with your working from home and having your kids there, the most important thing that I've figured out is time blocking. If you have to deal with digital learning day on top of doing your job from home and then trying to focus when all this craziness is going on, time blocking has been great for me. I'm waking up a little bit earlier than the kids, making sure I can focus for a couple hours before I get them up, because we all know the kids are staying up all night long right now while they don't have to get up early for school. So I try to wake up early and focus on the hardest thing that I have to do first before I get them up. Then we get them started. A few things that I've learned this week are tell the kids to read the instructions. Tell them every single day, remind them to read the instructions first, and make sure that they're using Google Chrome. So if you're using Internet Explorer or something like that, and you've been having a hard time with them saying that they did their assignment and they didn't do it or whatever, Google Chrome, and then go into settings and make sure that Flash Player is enabled. So maybe it just pops up and says, do you want to allow it, and teach your kids how that works, because if the Flash Player is not working, they can't do a lot of their assignments or turn it in. So that is something that has helped us a lot this week. Another thing is that we started I started a Google family account. So I made a Gmail address for my family. I was getting 50 billion emails from the kids' school. But keep in mind, I have 3 kids, right? So they're in 3 different schools, or they're in 2 different schools right now. And I'm getting all these emails from all different teachers. In high school, they have a billion teachers, and then the kids now in the elementary school even have a couple teachers. So it's getting really overwhelming and confusing with me in my work email trying to do my job, and then getting these emails at the same time that I thought the kids are just doing the work that they're supposed to do. So I set up a new Gmail account so I could forward it to their dad and all of them at the same time. Then I realized that in order for me to change the email address that was on file with the county, you have to go up there with your driver's license and prove who you are and how it's supposed to be changed. So I figured out how you can set up a Gmail rule to automatically forward your email if it's from a certain person or has certain keywords. So just Google Gmail filtering and how that works, and auto forwarding. You can add that other account in there so that it will automatically forward those kids' emails. Well, actually, it automatically archives the kids' emails, and then it sends it to the other account. So I'm not getting disturbed by kids' emails anymore, and all of the kids and their dad have a login for that account, so that's great. Now, one thing I've been thinking about for people who are working from home and their jobs are actually being totally canceled right now, or they're being laid off, is to find the need for something out there, because we are going through such a crazy time. A lot of people need your help. So listen closely and pay attention to what people are complaining about so that you can find out how you can help them. If you have a job where you've been really good at paperwork, or you've worked with kids in the future, there might be a lot of people who need some sort of assistant, or kind of like a virtual tutor type person to help the kids out. I was thinking earlier how great it would be if there was somebody who could be the go-between during the work hours for the teacher emails coming in and the kids needing help or whatever. So that might be something to consider if you're not working right now, and you usually are working and you're freaking out about how you're going to pay the bills. I know that everybody's really nervous right now, but I've been seeing all different types of new legislation being passed. Yeah, legislation. Did I say that word right? I've been seeing all different types of new legislation being passed for laws that are going to help us with this hard time. So that will be great. And we'll hear more about that from our CPA and from our attorney regarding our CPA regarding the tax credits and different things that are being done to help us out, and our attorney telling us about the laws. So I hope that this helped you, and I know I'm a little bit awkward. I just figured it's time to do this. Not going to be afraid to put myself all over the internet and help people. I know that you guys need help because I need help. We all got to help each other right now. So support all of your friends and family and small businesses and big businesses, and support each other in any way that you can. If anybody just wants to talk because they're nervous, call me, send me a message. Seriously, I'm here for you guys if there's anything I can do. And of course, if you're thinking about selling your house, I'm your girl. I hope you guys are doing well. Hang in there. Call me if you need me. I'll talk to you later if I can figure out how to hang up.